Shane Steichen is a Nick Sirianni coaching tree success story. So these teams might be like, okay, we saw what Shane can do off that Nick Sirianni branch. Let's see what Brian Johnson can do. What's up? What's happening? What is popping? What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another great edition of Symone with the Sports. I'm Symone, bringing you guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here and haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Stop what you're doing. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first one is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Symone with the Sports, a merch collection. But guys, if you have not done anything else, turn your notification bells on so you don't miss a single video or a single live stream. And we will be live every Monday night for the Birds of Broad Street podcast. You don't want to miss it, especially with this juicy off season. But y'all, let's go ahead and get into the news for today. Before we get into the news, I did drop an interview last night, an interview I did with Shaq Davis, former Saints wide receiver that signed with the Eagles. He signed a future reserve contract. This is a guy that I wanted the Eagles to take either late in the 2023 draft or for us to sign as an undrafted free agent. This guy, he a dog for real. So make sure you go check out that interview. But also, I will be at the East-West Shrine Bowl, and I will be at the Senior Bowl this year. So I will be doing interviews with draft prospects, and I will be showing you guys some footage from some of the workouts and some of the one-on-ones. So if there's any draft prospects that you guys want me to get coverage on, make sure you let me know down below, because you know it's draft season whether we like it or not. We're not playing this weekend in the divisional round. But who y'all taking this weekend? Let me know below who y'all taking in the divisional round. But when it comes to the news today, let's talk about it. Brian Johnson has had 3 head coaching interviews at this point. So he had an interview with the Carolina Panthers, he had an interview with the Atlanta Falcons, and he had an interview with the Tennessee Titans. So a lot of people are saying that Brian Johnson is just getting these interviews because of the Rooney Rule, which requires the NFL coaches to interview minority candidates. But let me tell you why it's not. Because for the Rooney Rule, it has to be an in-person interview. Second of all, you only have to interview one minority candidate to satisfy the Rooney Rule in your coaching search. The Falcons and the Titans and the Carolina Panthers have interviewed several minority head coaching candidates. So they're not interviewing Brian Johnson just to satisfy the Rooney Rule. They have already satisfied the Rooney Rule. So Aaron Glenn, for example, is one of the top head coaching candidates. In my opinion, he's the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. We've seen what the Lions defense, the way that they were able to turn around from last season. The last season's defense was leaky as a faucet, baby. But this defense just all grit. Now, they did add a lot of defensive talent, but at the end of the day, you're always going to be looking at the coaches. You're going to be looking at the coordinators. Aaron Glenn is somebody who interviewed with the Atlanta Falcons, and he interviewed with the Tennessee Titans before Brian Johnson did. So Aaron Glenn is just one of the many minority candidates at the Panthers, the Titans. He interviewed with the Titans and the Falcons, but the Panthers interviewed several minority candidates, and so did the Falcons and the Titans. So this Brian Johnson thing, people are really seeing Brian Johnson as somebody that they at least want to have a conversation with to hear what he has to say. I highly doubt that Brian Johnson is going to be getting a head coaching job because of the fact that he did not get to show what he could do in Philadelphia because he was working with Nick Sirianni's bullshit playbook. Okay? He was working with some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So of course, if I was a team, I would probably give Brian Johnson a shot as like a coordinator to see what he could do if he had full control when it comes to the playbook and calling plays and the offense, the direction he wants it to go. He was somebody who had a lot of experience, obviously, on the college level when it came to calling plays. He just has it on the NFL level. But I just think it's a long shot for him to get a head coaching job when he didn't even have the full keys to this Eagles offense. But y'all, it's not looking like the Rooney Rule. It's definitely looking like these teams are actually interested in hearing what Brian Johnson has to say. Like, lately, our coordinators have been getting looks. Everybody but Sean Desai. Everybody but Sean Desai. And if you think about it, Nick Sirianni's last offensive coordinator did what? Went to the Colts, took over the Colts, had them one win away from the playoffs in their first season with Gardner Minshew at quarterback and with Jonathan Taylor missing a lot of the season and with all their injuries. Shane Steichen is a Nick Sirianni coaching tree success story. So these teams might be like, okay, we saw what Shane can do off that Nick Sirianni branch. Let's see what Brian Johnson can do. Maybe that's why Brian Johnson's getting these looks, is because because of the success Shane has had after coaching alongside coaching for Nick Sirianni. So that Shane Steichen success is probably boosting Brian Johnson. Maybe. It still seemed like some bullshit to me because Shane Steichen was actually calling plays in Philly and Brian Johnson was not given full keys. Like, he was not given those keys like Shane Steichen was eventually given those keys. So I could see, obviously, why you would want to hire Shane Steichen. But Brian Johnson, these teams, they don't know what Brian Johnson can do as an NFL play caller, let alone head coach. But at the end of the day, Brian Johnson's name keep coming up. His name keeps coming up, y'all. It keeps coming up. But yeah, I don't think that I highly doubt he's going to get a head coaching job. He'll probably get a coordinator job somewhere. But like I said, it's not given Rooney Rule because there's been many minority candidates that's been interviewed by the Panthers, the Titans, and the Falcons. So if they were looking just to check the Rooney Rule box, it's already been checked. So they're actually interested in hearing what Brian got to say. They actually interested. But, child, we'll see. We shall see. Because in the report that was put out by Ian Rappaport, when it came to what Nick Sirianni had to present to the front office in his meeting, it was defensive coordinator candidates and possibly offensive coordinator candidates. That's what Ian Rappaport said. So if he's not required to present a new offensive coordinator, what does that mean? That the Eagles might be trying to keep Brian Johnson. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Subscribe. Keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. Buy me a coffee, help fuel this channel. Shop the official SymoneWithTheSports merch collection. And until I talk to you guys next time. Bye.